Hello, and welcome back. This is my series where I tell you more about the Empyrean Lords. We go very much in detail with their involvements in the world of Atreya, and also cover some rumors about them. This time we cover the Empyrean Lord of Life, Lady Yustiel. Lady Yustiel is, as her title already says, symbolized by life. Her card is a bit hard to understand. We can see her with spread out wings, almost forming a heart shape. On the top, we see a flower which should symbolize her connection to nature. And in front of her, we see an orb that's held up by roots. We can still see the pure and glowing orb in the center, but all around it, it seems to become more and more corrupted, or tainted by this red color, maybe blood. Her relic is very beautiful, a green orb in the center that is blossoming like a flower. It is surrounded on one side by a wing, and on the other side by leaves and flowers. Yustiel is always friendly and positive. She craves for peace above all else. Her gentle and caring nature is only one of the reasons why she is loved and respected by everyone. She possesses great healing power, being able to cure, as far as we know, any disease. And that fits her connection to the cleric class. Yustiel stays in Elysia out of obedience and faithfulness to Lady Ariel, but she herself doesn't care where her home is. Her only wish is to end the war and go back to the time of ancient Atreya. In ancient Atreya, Lady Yustiel was best friends with both Lady Ariel and Lady Lumiel. All three of their powers combined could stabilize all calamities and disasters. In these times, the three were looked upon as the very symbol of Aeon's divinity, and together they guided Atreya to great prosperity. However, after the Peace Treaty Council, Lady Lumiel decided to join Lord Azphel instead of Lady Ariel. The entire council was in shock. Lady Yustiel is the most torn and devastated because of the two's broken friendship. We do not know much more about Lady Yustiel before or shortly after the Cataclysm. The next time we hear about her is when we need help in Verteron. Cato and Garnis, two toxicologists, did receive the task to develop a deadly poison for Sanctum in order to stop the Abyss War. This deadly poison should then be used against the Asmodeans. But for it to work, it would have to be a very strong and resistant poison that could not be easily cured. Cato and Garnis heard about a rumor that the shock of the cataclysm killed a Balaur and its body fell into the Tallbas forest. And if they could find the Balaur body and distill a poison from it, the Asmodeans wouldn't be able to neutralize it, and that is exactly what Cato and Garnis did. They found the body, made the poison, but something went wrong. The poison was highly addictive and caused heavy mutations. Cato and Garnis both got infected during their work with the poison. They informed Sanctum about it, and Sanctum simply abandoned them, telling them that they were banned from going to Sanctum. This was all out of fear of contamination. Well, Garnis left because he was so angry at Sanctum for abandoning them. Cato continued to search for a cure of the poison, but ultimately he mutated into this slime creature. These two weren't the only ones that got infected though. The other creatures in Verteron, as well as the surrounding plants and trees, everything got infected and contaminated. This spread ever further and would have swallowed the entirety of Verteron and probably even beyond that. However, Lady Yustiel made an antidote. It is called Yustiel's Tear. It was incredibly effective and easy to use. With it, we can now help the infected animals and people and stop the poison from spreading any further. But the poisonous swamp itself will take many years to recover from this accident. Later, when we arrive in Eltnan, we learn that Lady Yustiel is trying to save Eltnan from the rapid desertification that threatens the region. She invented special fountains called Mystic Springs that gush forth an endless amount of water if it is powered by a magical artifact known as life stones. She constructed many of these mystic springs and therefore created several oasis-like areas. With this, Lady Yustiel was able to halt the further ruin of Eltnan. But the Lepharists in Eltnan are not making this easy. They are trying to destroy the springs, poison its waters, and even stealing the life stones that power the mystic springs. Lady Yustiel is trying her best to restore Eltnan's former glory, how it was before the Cataclysm and before Sataloka's invasion. This, for example, is a teaser of Aeon 2, which shows Eltnan before the Cataclysm. The Deva of Life Legion is very active in all of Elysia, and even later in Ingison we meet their members. Another legion of Lady Yustiel is the Life Depth Legion, and they are mainly stationed in Lacrum. The person that leads them in Lacrum is Lady Yustiel's agent, a man named Ethem. While Lady Yustiel's legions were active, she herself hasn't appeared until Avsuranta got rediscovered in 8.0. Lady Yustiel took the lead on the Ilias side, while Lady Lumiel took the lead on the Asmodean side in Avsuranta. As they were best friends before the Cataclysm, both factions could breathe a sigh of relief, because the focus shifted to the resources of the area, crafting recovery potions and similar things, instead of brutally fighting each other. But despite Lady Yustiel being always friendly, gentle and caring, she does not allow people to use her generosity, and can get very angry when someone tries to take advantage of her friendly nature. The prime example for this is the Manduri incident in Eltnan. Eltnan was suffering since the Sataloka incident, so Lady Yustiel decided to grant some villagers special and unique powers, which they should use to protect Eltnan and help it recover, so Eltnan could reclaim its former glory. The villagers were fools though. They ignored Lady Yustiel's orders and used these powers for their own benefit, instead of helping to stop Eltnan's desertification. Due to this neglect, the region suffered more and more. This made Lady Yustiel incredibly angry, and she ultimately decided to transform all the villagers that ignored her orders into Manduri. Even most people in her own legion do not know about this Manduri incident, but they are all sure of one thing. It seems unlikely that Lady Yustiel will remove the curse. That would show weakness and indecision, and the good lady is known for neither of these. So don't disrespect life and she won't turn you into a monkey. And that is pretty much everything we know about the Empyrean Lord of Life, Lady Yustiel. This one was the shortest one we covered up to this point, but there is simply not much more to say about Lady Yustiel. Now, if you want to learn more about specific topics I covered today, I will link everything in the description. For example, I've made a video that goes more in detail with the contaminated swamp in the Verteron, and another one that explains the Manduri incident in Eltnan. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them here in the comments or in our Discord server. In the description you can find the links to the videos of the other Empyrean Lords. Or, if you're watching this very early on, feel free to vote in our Discord server on who we should do next. Have a wonderful day and see you in the next one. Bye.